about Jester's Revenge. This band hails from East Lake, mainly, with 4 guys in the band. We have Tony Dunn on the drums and percussion, also singing a little bit of backup. We have Rick Williams on bass. He reminds me of somebody that played in a band called Wakefield back in the early 90s. He's got the same vibe going on as Frenchie, if you know who Frenchie was. Rob Kapovitz, he's the new guitar player tonight. He's getting set up right now. And then on the vocals, well, if you haven't seen Jester's Revenge before, you would be surprised to see this man. He's a very large man named Czar. The thing with Czar is he's such a big man on stage. You can't help but pay attention to what he's doing. And we saw them a few weeks ago at Geneva on the Lake. We caught some of their set. And I have to tell you that I was particularly impressed with Czar's way of handling songs by Chris Cornell and Alice in Chains. He's got a very strong vocal, and it seems as though he can go from growling and screaming to singing effortlessly. And in a little while, we're going to speak with him about some of the things that he does to keep himself in shape and ready for a night of rock and roll. Hey everybody, it's me, the F-Bomb, here at Wits End with drummer from Jester's Revenge, Tony Dunn. And he's taking a few minutes to talk to me a little bit about the band and what they're going to be doing tonight, what we can expect from them, not just tonight, but from the rest of the year, what we can look forward to. Thanks for coming on, Tony. I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you coming all the way out.
It's a bit of a drive, but...
Yes, appreciate it. So we're here at Wits End.
Yes.
And we're Jester's Revenge, and we're 90s rock tribute band.
Grunge bandies?
We do grunge, the grunge era, some Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Green Day, Collective Soul.
Doing it all.
So that whole rock area, which is, now classic rock. But we have a lot of fun.
Yes, yes, you do. And I did get to see you guys just a couple of weeks ago at Geneva on the Lake, and I was really, really impressed, specifically with your singer's ability to do Chris Cornell. So I'm looking forward to talking to Czar about that.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
He's awesome.
Czar's awesome.
But tell me a little bit about you, Tony. What got you started in music?
I started drumming when I was 13 years old. I used to have a paper route when I was a kid, and right behind where I lived was a music shop. So I would always go into the music shop, and I would always look around, and I was always drawn to drums. And just when I was a little kid, I couldn't afford the drum lessons. But the guy who owned the shop was like, "Oh, let me introduce you to our drum teacher." And his name was Kip Volans. And Kippy's out there, and I met Kippy, and he was kind of like, "Yeah, come on, man, I'll show you a couple things." And he kind of taught me the basics, and I was always a Led Zeppelin fan, a big Kiss fan, Rolling Stones, Beatles. And so I took his tools and my tools and kind of put them together, and I started drumming, and I just continued to learn how to play. It was awesome. I've been drumming ever since.
So is this the genre that you love the most? Or do you find yourself going, there's enough 80s rock bands, let's do something different out there?
Yeah, when I started Jester's Revenge, we started in 2019. And actually at that time, there was just a lot of what we considered at that time, a lot of classic rock bands that were doing like Beatles and Pink Floyd and Rolling Stones. And we're like, well, we want to do something different. So at that point, we broke away in 90s. Not a lot of people were doing 90s at that time.
Yeah.
So we decided to give the 90s a shot and see how that would work.
That's great.
We've been doing Jester's Revenge since 2019.
So are you the founding member? Is this your band, so to speak? Okay.
Yes, I started Jester's Revenge in 2019.
Oh, okay.
And we've had some member changes, and a lot of great guys have come and played with me, but some people go different directions and changes, but
of course
we keep rolling,
That's right.
And we're still here.
So what's going on in 2025 that you're most looking forward to?
We've got a couple big shows in 2025. August 1st, we're going to be playing at the Amphitheater in Geneva, and That's going to be a big show for us.
Okay.
The amphitheater
Yankees.
At Yankees.
Okay. Is that for like an event that's going on, like a fundraiser of some sort? Or anything?
No, nope. This is
Okay.
just Jester's Revenge on a Friday night.
Okay.
We kind of get to showcase our band and
Yeah.
on the big stage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really super exciting for us. And then June, and I'm sorry that I can't remember the specific date. It's July. It's in July. You have to look on the website or on Facebook.
There you
We
go.
got a Facebook page and a website. But we're playing the Mount Carmel Festival in Parma.
In Parma.
And that's going to be a big show for us as well. So we're excited about those two big shows this
So
year.
aside from those that you're excited to do, how about something that you have done in the past that, you know, stands out in your mind, most memorable?
Man, since 2019, we've done so many big things. One of the biggest shows is in 2019, we opened up for Eddie Money at Nautica.
Nice.
And that was like a real big career thing for us. And we've done many festivals, Willowick Festival, Willoughby Festival. This year, for the 5th year in a row, we get to do the downtown Willoughby Rip Burn Off.
That'll be fun.
So we'll be at the Frank and Tony stage on Sunday, May 18th at the downtown Willoughby Rip Burn Off. And
something else to look forward to.
That's always, every year, that's always a great time as well.
So tell me something. Did anybody that you know give you some advice that you've never forgotten about playing?
Yes. My old drum teacher that I was telling you about, Kippy Mullins, told me just no matter what you do, keep playing and just keep going. And that's exactly what I've done. I have always just, no matter what, just kept playing and just kept moving forward. And those experiences over the last 30 years has made me the drummer that I am today.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah.
That's wonderful. Sage advice. And you're sticking with it. And
The
band's rolling on.
Yeah, the band's rolling forward.
That's
so
great.
Yeah,
That's great.
It's great.
Everybody, this is Tony Dunn. You're going to check him out with Jester's Revenge. We're going to stick around and talk to some of the other guys. But until then, you go ahead and get your fingers ready and your wrists ready and all that stuff. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Frankie.
it.
Thank you very much.
And now with me from Jester's Revenge is Rick Williams, a bass player. And I met him a couple of weeks ago as well. Thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I appreciate it. So tell me a little bit about your musical background.
So I started playing guitar when I was 12. And then I got a call after I got out of high school from the lead singer, Rosario, asked me to play bass. Never played bass before. I went with him, joined their heavy metal band, learned how to play bass through there, played in there for probably like 3 or 4 years, went back into the Navy, got back out, and then me and him have been in bands since. So
Is that right?
Long time.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
long
So you
time.
started on guitar.
Yep.
Now you're a bass player, which you guys are hard to find. Telling you, a dedicated bass player, you all know, is very hard to find. And then to keep them or make your band their priority. That's the other aspect of it.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in 2025 for Jester's Revenge?
I'm just change up the songs, play some more stuff. I know, especially you love some collective soul.
I sure do.
We got a lot of that coming. And our new guitar player, we might be playing a bunch of stuff that maybe he would like to play. Keep him incorporated, but there's a lot of new stuff to come. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Tony. Has anybody in your life that's influenced you some? Have they given you any great advice that you stick to today when it comes to playing?
Playing wise, yeah. I mean, I had a lot of. I had some teachers when I was learning, at first about notes and music theory. I had Alan and Marcus, and they both taught me a lot of stuff. One thing that stuck with me for a long time is a quote that came out as, "Only do one stupid thing at a time." So then no one might notice if you mess it up on stage.
I think that's a really good piece of advice, actually. If you weren't playing this kind of music, what kind of music do you think you'd be playing?
If I wasn't,
Yeah.
Probably like heavy metal stuff like Metallica, Pantera. That's definitely my second favorite. But actually, this is my second favorite kind of music. My first favorite is actually 80s pop music.
Is it?
Yeah.
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 So who's your influence on the bass guitar?
Bass guitar, I would probably say I love Geezer Butler. I love some Rush. Um, Lemmy Kilmister.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
all those guys, love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some great influences to have.
Oh yeah.
And it can't hurt, especially when you go from Geddy Lee to Lemmy Kilmister.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
face it, you're getting a lot of space in between there to learn a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So in 2025, you guys have a couple of big events coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And which one are you more chomping at the bit for?
Any event that is really outside, because I would love to play. I haven't played outside in many years.
Okay.
I think that's like the most fun, authentic way to play.
It is.
So yeah.
It is. Rick, I want to take a second and thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be getting some video of you guys. So make sure you got your best moves on.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you got your best moves on and don't make a mistake. We'll be good.
No.
No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. We're going to come back and see Jester's Revenge and talk to Czar in just a little bit. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Backline EQ, and it's me, the F-Bomb, and I'm here with Czar, the singer from Jester's Revenge. And we're here at Wits End tonight, early May, and it's kind of a gloomy day, but you wouldn't know it by the looks inside here. They're rocking out, they're rocking hard, and so is Czar. So thanks for coming on and being on part of the channel here. So tell me a little bit about your background in music, so I know.
I was in a sort of touring metal band before this. Was originally a lead guitar player.
Yeah?
That did more. Didn't really do much vocals.
No?
No, I kind of hid that till we kind of decided to go a different way. I dropped the guitar and went into vocals. The first band was called Anatoth. You could find that on like iTunes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But, then we formed the band Habit, where I did the vocals for that. And then, yeah, it wasn't my type of thing though. I was more at that time. I was more into like the progressive metal stuff.
Okay, so your background isn't just the alternative stuff. You've got
No. This just so happens to be my favorite genre because I'm a '90s kid, so I grew up
right,
in the genre. So.
right. Well, you sing it well. I have to say.
Thank you.
Very impressed to do the Chris Cornell. That is one of those props to you.
Especially with like "Say Hello to Heaven."
That's the one.
You don't hear bands do that.
You're right. No, you're right. It's an excellent song, and you did a great job on it. And I wouldn't tell you that if I didn't think so.
Well, I appreciate it.
So, what got you started in singing anyway?
Actually, my mom, she was a vocalist in Italy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Was she an opera singer? Or?
No, she loved like the classic rock stuff. So, big Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd.
Ah, okay.
Things, so,
okay.
Yeah, so she did it there, and then found out while we were on vacation, we'd go karaoke.
Yeah.
And found out that I could sing, so she started working with me.
Ah, nice. Okay, okay. So if you weren't playing in this band, where do you think you'd be playing, or who would you be singing with? What type of band? Do you think you'd stick with this genre, or would you stretch your legs?
Yeah, this is more fun for me. This is what I enjoy doing. So it'd be something like this, or continue making my own stuff, which is my original stuff is a lot heavier.
Sure. I have of all the people, and I've talked to quite a few people now. I'm impressed. A lot of people come from the original backgrounds first, and then they change up and want to gig on a regular basis. So they change into another type of band. But what do you do to get ready for a night like this? Because it's not just Chris Cornell. I mean, you're doing like Lane Staley and just powerhouse numbers. And so how do you keep yourself ready for that?
The biggest thing is hydration.
Yeah.
So I like to do a workout before this was I was running a little late because I was at the gym, but but I noticed that pre-workout, which is kind of weird, kind of opens up my voice more.
Sure. Sure.
So it kind of helps. Then I drink a lot of Gatorade.
Yeah.
So before each set, I powerhouse a Gatorade,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just water throughout the night. Before a show, but the night before, I drink tea with honey and lemon. Then eat straight honey.
Are you a disciplined vocalist? Are you in bed early as on the nights that you're not gigging? Do you
It depends. I have
follow
kids.
the line?
I have kids, so
Oh,
it's like
that'll
I
be-
go to bed when they tell me I go to bed.
That's true.
So I try
That's
to get
true.
them in bed at a certain time so I could go to bed.
Sure.
But yeah, that's I try to.
Yeah.
I'm not a night owl as I used to be. When I was
Right.
younger.
Right.
So, but yeah.
So
I try.
who's some of your influences that you've had over the years? Who really? Because sometimes I'm surprised by what one person sings. Their influences.
No, I don't think you'd be too surprised.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you kind of see me doing. I'm a huge Chris Cornell fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Lane Staley is
Sure.
a huge one. And then Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder, my brother got me into all this music because he's 5 years older than me. So
you couldn't help yourself.
I grew an obsession with it.
Yeah.
Where he loved it. He's here tonight.
Yeah.
He loved it. Then I would as young as 4 or 5 years old, I'd wait for him to go to school, and then I'd go invade his record collection,
Yeah.
and I'd sit there listening to it. So I grew an obsession with Cornell, Staley, and Vedder, and then frontman wise, definitely James Hetfield.
Okay.
I'm a huge
Okay.
Hetfield. That's Hetfield and Metallica is my all-time favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, especially when I'm playing and doing the vocals, I got a very Hetfield mentality.
You do.
Yeah.
And actually, it's kind of cool to watch you play and sing at the same time. You can definitely tell that you were a guitar player at one point.
Yeah.
It
It's
shows.
a lot of people, they find it funny when I'm like, yeah, I'm actually a guitar player. They find it funny.
So what are some of the goals that you see yourself with Jester's Revenge here in 2025? Is there anything on a personal level that you vocally that you think I'm going to try and hit that mark this year?
I just like having fun with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like it's as far as actual hitting the mark, just more shows, bigger shows.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. As far as certain songs I want to do, it's up to the guys.
Yeah, sure.
So we all kind of have an equal.
Oh,
vote.
equal. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're actually nicer than I am because I'd be like, no, we're not doing that song.
Well, there's certain songs that I know that I just like. Everybody loves Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, right.
And even though it's not my cup of tea,
Yeah.
but and I'll try it. I just I usually stay away because I know that's not my range.
Yeah.
But I'm not afraid to try it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So as a vocalist, and given that you've been doing this a little while now,
Yeah.
has there been anybody in your life that has given you some really great advice that you've held on to this day? Somebody that gave you just a little nugget?
My mom.
Yeah.
My mom is probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Especially with keeping the vocal cords healthy.
Good.
Back in the week after Thanksgiving, I got COVID. And actually me, my 2-year-old, and at that time, he was 5-month-old.
Yeah.
We all 3 of us got COVID.
God.
We had a show 2 weeks later, and I ended up, one after another, I ended up blowing my vocals out because of that. And she got me back. It took about 2 months for me to get my vocals back.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with really working with honey and lemon, straight lemon. And,
So
warm
see, I
beverages.
can't do lemon because it strips me too much.
Okay.
Honey, yes, but lemon, it makes me drier than a bone, so I can't do that. But
I don't suggest doing it at
Yeah.
right before.
right,
But there are some elements that if you have a blown out vocal cord, the honey will actually, the lemon will actually repair.
is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I went through probably 3 whole lemons just eating it,
Yeah.
and it worked. It worked wonders. And then you kind of do another repair with the honey.
Yeah, it
And
does.
helps
It does
bring-
cut the mucus. I
Yeah.
mean, when you're drowning in mucus, it definitely does
Yeah.
that. And raspberry tea was another one that I found was quite good for me anyway.
Yeah.
But am really glad that you took the time with me. I know that you're limited. I know you're set.
Oh
So
no.
when you get a break, it's kind of nice
Yeah.
that, you know, but looking forward to seeing a little bit more of the next set. And of course, we'll come and see you again. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you guys play
play
some
a
of the
lot.
stuff that we did, and it
Awesome.
brings us back to that moment in our time, you know, too. So,
Yeah.
but you go out and you enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. My pleasure. You
All
take
right.
care.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. And there you have it. That's Czar, the singer from Jester's Revenge, and he is I'm gonna let him have a little bit of a break. He deserves a break, and so we are going to
Oh, yeah.
catch you later, and just make sure that we see you at the next gig.